Hey guys, Jill here, and today I'm gonna take a look at the HGUC Gouf custom. But first, let's take a look at the box. And here we have the box with a glorious cover and a recreation of a scene from the OVA. And this side shows the front and back side of the kit. Again, a recreation of a scene wherein the Gouf was standing atop of a building, ready to crush the gun tanks below. And here we have the amazing Ace, Norris Packard, and screenshots from the OVA. Here we have some gimmicks in which he can hold the Gatling Shield with no issues or whatsoever. The Mono Eye can move left to right, and he can cast off the Gatling part in the Gatling Shield, leaving only the shield for use. Here we have the heat rod deployed, and he has several hand parts, and this retails for 1600 yen. Now back with the kit. This kit has only a few seamless that are quite visible. There's one here in the back of the leg and across the shoulder armor, and that's about it. The Gouf custom came with this sticker sheet, one for the Mono Eye and the Gatling gun, and I only used the one for the Gatling gun. The Mono Eye I painted silver, then a marker over the silver, and I think it turned out quite good. Color separation for this kit is also good. There are only a few which are not molded in the correct colors, like the one here in the side of the leg. This is molded all in this pale or baby blue. I painted the inside gray, both sides, and I also painted the inside of the thrusters red. And I think that's about it. The rest are molded into the correct color. And as for accessories, the Gouf custom came with 2 open fists, 2 closed fists, 1 open hand. It has the wire for the heat rod, which is in this case not a heat rod but an electrical rod or something, and deployed what would you call this, tip. You remove this one and replace it with this one, and you just plug the wire in and plug this end into the arm. And last but not the least, the Gatling Shield. And you can use the shield on its own by just pulling this out, and the Gatling gun also. When I top coated this, I forgot to remove the shield, so that's why these parts are not coated. So this you just plug it in here. Mounting the shield in the hand is a bit tricky, and I'm gonna do that later. Now for the articulation. The head is on a double ball joint, but it can barely move unless you pull the head a little. Now it can do the chicken, lean side to side, up about that much and down about that much. The shoulder has a polycap that pops forward, and also one of its gimmicks is that it can hold the Gatling shield upright without effort. It has this tab in here and a slot for the tab in the polycap. So you just I don't know if it's showing. You just tab it in there, and the whole arm could no longer move down. So with this heavy thing, the arm stays upright. It will no longer droop. I'm gonna show that on the other arm. So for the Gatling Shield, which I earlier said that it's a bit tricky to mount, just pull out the closed fist and just gingerly scoot the other hand in, and it's a bit tricky. It will take a bit. I'm really hoping to do this on camera, but I don't know if I can. Wait, I'm gonna pass it through like here, and you plug the hand first, then this peg will peg inside here, which has a polycap inside, and you just push it in, and he has now a giant weapon on his hand. And the gimmick here, I'm gonna show you, just like with the other arm, you just tab it in, and now he can hold the Gatling Shield with no effort or whatsoever. That's the sound of the Gatling gun firing. Now that we're done with the shield, let's continue with the articulation. There's a hinge here in the shoulder armor which moves up and down. The whole arm can rotate all the way. There's rotation below the shoulders, but unfortunately there's only one joint in the elbow, so it can only bend about more than 90 degrees, a little more, and the wrist is on a hinge. And here's the disappointing part: the waist area. The waist area is barely able to move. That's because of the energy cables that are attached here in the backpack and is physically mounted to the waist armor, and there is no movement or whatsoever in the front skirts, even though it's connected with a ball joint in here, but no movement or whatsoever. The waist is on a ball joint, so it should really move well, but the energy cables is really hindering them a lot. So if you move it to the side like this, it just springs back forward, so you can only move it a bit. And for the side skirts here, because of this mounting here of the energy cables, the side skirts can only move about slightly. It's gonna be a problem when you spread the legs, so it can only spread about this much. So if without the skirt problem, it can do the full splits. There's also a hip joint that moves forwards and back, and this is also very unfortunate. The leg can only kick about this much, which is really pathetic. It's because of the front skirts that doesn't really move. Now the knee is on a double ball joint, but it can only bend about this much, a little more than 90. The feet has 3 joints, a hinge up here, a ball joint down here, and another hinge inside here. The feet can move forwards about that much and back about that much, and it can move side to side quite a bit, but not too much. Even though in the articulation department this kit is a bit nah, but the gimmicks are quite good, and I mean this kit really looks good just standing there. So I'm just gonna display this with the Gatling Shield in hand, and that's gonna look amazing on my display case. And with that said, that's it for this review, and stay tuned for more build videos to come, and don't forget to subscribe.